So we're going to do a little demonstration. And as soon as you recognize what you hear, shout it out.
Scales.
Scale.
All right. Give me a carnival pattern.
Scales.
Scales is a Westmoreland pattern, I believe. It comes in a small plate with a matching bowl. I think it's probably a finger bowl. It comes in marigold, amethyst, and this aqua. And I don't know if there are other. What you need to do is shout out the title of the song as soon as you recognize it. Because the faster we do that, the faster we get to leave here.
As true grandparents would always say.
Now, I may sing some of these and I may just play them. I haven't decided how long my voice is going to last. La, la, la. Got it? I don't think so.
Okay.
Puff the Magic Dragon.
Dragon Lotus.
Dragon lotus.
Dragon strawberry.
Dragon strawberry.
Dragon pump.
Dragon sun.
Dragon base.
Dragon vase, yes. It's a panel. Dragon vase is a square paneled piece. We have two pieces to show you. One is Dragon and Lotus in a peach opal footed bowl. And the other is a dragon tongue shade. Now, everybody knows what a shade is used for. You put it on a light and it glows and makes the light look prettier. That's not how we use this. When we first started, we started buying hat pins. We didn't think we'd ever afford a hat pin holder. But we took this shade, we put a piece of styrofoam inside, stuck our hat pins in it. It worked for a long time. La, 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 la.
Pattern. Moon star. Moon print.
The only moon print that we have to show you is the little creamer. It comes in several shades. It's a pattern from Europe, I believe. And we just recently bought a big bowl that we told is just a big bowl. But we didn't want to have to pack a great big bowl. So we brought the little creamer instead. La 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 la. Nobody knows that?
La 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 la.
La la night, in daylight it lies. La 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 la. Oh, you guys aren't as old as I thought you were.
One more time.
Okay. La 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 la. Break your heart. Love blooms at night. In daylight it dies. Then what happens after daylight? Don't let the stars get in your eyes. Okay, what pattern would we be referring to? I forgot to tell you something. The title of the song may refer to a color instead of a pattern. So far that hasn't happened. But we brought these two pieces for Millersburg. The one in Eunice's right hand is a small, very flat bowl. Someone said, well, that's the flattest it gets, so it's a plate. I don't think we can really say that. But the one in her left hand is a berry dish, and we are very fortunate to have bought that from a good friend of ours. She found two, and she sold me one. So I'm always grateful for that because I like Millersburg, I like berry dishes. Okay, go way back in your memory banks for this one. Farther than that. La 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 la. What? Did I skip one?
Yeah, you're okay.
Kansas plate.
Okay, Kansas plate is smoky.
Oh, I did skip one.
Oops, sorry, Brian.
One reason we bought the acanthus chop plate is because I had to take it down off of the wall where it had been hanging for probably 35 years. No, because it has been replaced. Eunice was able to buy a plate at ICGA she's wanted for years and years and years, and it took the place of the smoky chop plate. But we like the smoky chop plate. We've had it for a long time. The other, of course, is the squatty parlor panels, and someone said they really, really like that. And we really like it too. Okay, I'm going back and pick up the one I skipped. La, 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 la. Blue Velvet was one of our favorite songs when we were dating. So it was fun to pull that out of the archives and present it here. Blue Velvet. I shouldn't do this. Which shade of blue is that?
It's done.
Blue.
The blue bowl and the blue vase. Thin rib and, is that grape and cable? Okay, I can't see it. Good luck. Good luck to me. Please, somebody, recognize this one real quick, because I don't want to have to go all the way through it.
I didn't know this.
La 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 la, the grape came the wine, from the wine came a dream to a lover. Anybody?
He really gave you the title.
La 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 la, the grape, from the grape came the wine, from the wine. Before you get the grape, what do you have? You have to start with the vine. And then what comes after the vine? From the vine came the grape. From the grape came the wine. So we thought a goblet and a wine glass would be appropriate to show. Imperial grape, both. The goblet has nice exterior color, but the inside of that thing will just knock your socks off. Of course, unfortunately, you can't see it when it's sitting up. We probably have 8 different colors in the wine glass, but we thought the purple one would be better. And we have 2 grape hat pins. One is called Grape Cluster, and I think the other is called Grape Freeze. They are both lavender.
You'll know this.
La 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 la. Don't be get serious. Life's too mysterious. Anybody?
Life is just a bowl of cherries.
Okay. What pattern would that represent? We've gone back to Millersburg again for these. Hanging Cherries by Millersburg. These are interesting because it's the variations, the straight up one and the flared one. I don't know if that was intentional or if it just happened. Both have nice color. Do you all like the nice hot weather we're having? No. Think about that question. La 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 la, but the fire is so delightful. Okay, pattern. What? That's okay. I'll go back. It is sometimes called southern ivy and snow, but the glass I think is just called ivy and snow.
It's called forest.
Okay.
In Paraguay, it's called forest. That's the original.
Okay. Well, in here it's snow. The one in Eunice's right hand is sometimes referred to as a lady's goblet. And we also have a regular sized wine in the same pattern, and both are souvenirs. I'll tell you about the sugar bowl. I can't really say it's ours because we just bought it, and I called my cousin in Tennessee, Carolyn Chesney, and I said, do you have a Snow Fancy sugar in your collection? She'd been buying every table set piece she could get her hands on. She said, no, I don't have one. I said, you do now. But I said, you can't have it yet because we have to have it for our program. What did I leave out? Well, let's just see where that is. Oh, right here it is. You got to keep me in mind. Okay, here's another one. La, 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 rise and look around you. On a clear day. Now think of that. What would that do? Carnival. Too many times a pattern that isn't white is called white, and it's really iridized clear glass. Well, that bothers me because if it's white, I wanted a nice, frosty, well-iridized white. But this is clear iridized, and it's one of our novelty pieces, a knife rest
There's a flat edge.
to sit on. And you have also what? An egg. A clear, iridized egg. We don't know where it came from, what it was supposed to be used for, but this is the way it was when we found it. And We like strange, odd things and novelties, so we do have an iridized egg cup that we set it in at home. But it didn't fit the program, so it didn't come.
You darn your socks on that egg.
I think you probably could.
We have
You
a
know,
darner.
we have a Carnival glass sock darner at home, but it didn't fit the program either. So. Here's another one another one I certainly hope you get quickly, because pages of music to go through. Round like a circle in a spiral, like a wheel within a wheel. Did somebody say it? Never ending or beginning on an ever spinning reel. Like the circles that you find. La 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 la.
Windmill of your mind.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Let me get my music fixed.
Pattern what?
The purple windmill, I just saw one of those on Samantha and Mitchell's site. Boy, was I glad I already had one. But we really like it. That was bought in Arizona one time we were traveling out west. This piece I just got yesterday because I bought it from a Jim Seek online sale, and he brought it to me yesterday. And I said, I'm glad you brought this. We have to have it for the program. So it's a little berry dish. I'm amazed at the pattern, these little berry dishes. It's so delicate, it's so complex, and for them to get that beautiful pattern down in this little area, it's just gorgeous. Do come up afterwards, take a look. Don't handle, but if you want to see something, let us know. We'll be happy to show you. Did you show them the marigold one? One more. We have it in marigold also. And it has very nice color. Okay, people. I'll tell you a little thing about this song. Our faculties once did a talent show. And Eunice's my building did this beautiful thing from Sound of Music. And we had costumes and all the beautiful songs. Eunice's school came up with this song, and they had costumes going too, but it was a little different than our program. Well, I saw the thing a-comin' out of the sky. It had one long horn and one big eye.
My building were purple people. You know what was 8? My principal. We had a cauldron.
Okay,
Okay.
what are we going to...
Purple, Dorothy.
Purple. You had the opportunity to go that.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was something different.
You can see that from back there.
Does he have spell things in the bottom? Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it has the...
No. No.
A lot of people think all we collect is miniatures. Not true. And our other purple piece is this very nice grape and cable. We have not had that very long. We thought it was interesting because it's on a perfectly plain back. No, it's not iridized on the back. Plain. Plain, plain, plain. Okay. La 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 la. she loved him so. Anybody? Not quite. Think of insects. La 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 waiting. Well, what pattern would we associate with poor butterfly? We brought two pieces of butterfly. The butterfly with the threads on the back. We looked a long time before we found a nice one of those that we wanted, that we could afford, really. And the little butterfly ornament. Oops, there goes my mic. Well, we could do that. The butterfly ornaments recently have been selling for big bucks. Well, when I paid $35 for that, I thought it was an awful price to have to pay. I would say maybe 35 years ago. For those of you who don't know that much about us, we started collecting in 1969. And our first convention was in 1970. We're still going strong. And if I don't cry, I'll say it's not because of this, it's because of this. That's not the song, however. Now get this one quick too, because the title doesn't come until the very end. And it's hard to sing. This old hometown looks the same as I step down from the train. Oh, good. Take it out closer. Take it out closer. Emerald green. Most of you know that we have a fairly respectable hat pin collection, 140 hat pins, and we have some very nice hat pin holders. We have some banded, some not banded. And I'll tell everybody, where's Linda? Everybody, if you ever see a green banded hat pin holder or any of any of the green table set pieces banded, you better buy it. Dresser set. I'm sorry, dresser set.
Has anybody ever seen a green bandit? We've heard of one.
No, this is not banded. No, this is not banded. I'm saying if you ever see one banded, you be sure and buy it. But call us before you. The goblet is an unusual one. The interior pattern is scroll embossed. Scroll embossed. We've not had it long, but we've looked for it. We knew it existed, and it came up at an auction somewhere, and we were able to get it. We're looking for a goblet with the coin spot interior. I know it exists also. We like stemware. I wasn't ready to do that. No, I have green grass at home.
You did that.
Then we did purple pink later. I'm going to for this one. Well, it's in there later. It's in there later. I do know it's in there.
All right. Yeah, okay.
Okay. All right. I'm going to see how long it takes you to identify this one. La 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 la, that I am. I think you broke the record on that one, guys. That was fast. Okay. Millersburg, roses and fruit. Bonbon. Quick story. This was in a show in Indianapolis 35 years ago, let's say, or maybe more. And it was sitting there, and you know the piece you always want, you know what's wrong? It doesn't have a price. The dealer wouldn't put a price. She said, I can't put a price on it until I go home and look it up in my records to see what I paid for it. I said, I'm sorry, we live out of town, we won't be here tomorrow. So it will not help us any if I have to wait for you to go home tonight and come back tomorrow. She wouldn't budge. Well, we knew another dealer there. We went over to Eula Epley and we said, we were really upset because we wanted this piece. And we said, Eula, this dealer across the way will not put a price on a piece of glass that we would like to have. She said, come with me. And we trotted back over there and Eula said, these people are out of town and they want to buy this piece. Put a price on it for them. She said, thought a minute, and she said, well, what about $35? I said, sold. Since then, we've been able to get an amethyst one, and we're very happy to have it.
You're not done.
Oh, this one. This has two names. The first name deals with the little enameled insert, and Bill Edwards named that Rose Spray. Rose Window. Okay, Rose Window. Well, that's a nice name, but to us, it's a sanity goblet. Some of you have heard this story before. I'll make it quick. The end of the school year, Eunice and I both, the end of the school year, I was finishing out the school year. I was planning a summer program for remedial work in reading and math. And there was a lot going on in our lives, and we had a couple days to get away, and I was just in turmoil. And we stopped at an antique shop, and I walked in, and there sat that goblet. This has more things going for it, pattern-wise, and you really need to come up and look at it closely. I forgot all about school. I forgot about kids. I forgot about planning. I said, we have to buy this goblet, and we've always called it our sanity. Is that it?
More.
More? Okay. Color. Yellow. We don't remember the number that goes with these candlesticks. Does anybody remember it? Lane, do you remember it?
449 or one side and one number, one side.
Okay.
That's okay. They're yellow. We think they're unusual. That's why we bought them, and we enjoy having them. And they fit the program.
I don't know where you are.
I don't know either.
Yeah, right.
Okay, we're right for one. We're on the same page. Okay, let's see if you remember this. I love those la la.
Leanne.
Leanne. I was hoping you would be here, Leanne. Okay, what is it?
Dear heart and gentle.
Dear hearts and gentle people. What do you think of, people? Hearts and vine, hearts and flowers. Well, we thought we would bring one of our most recent purchases. We don't agree with the color base, but I'll go with Eunice and say it's aqua opal. I see more blue than I do aqua, but no matter, it's a beautiful butterscotch finish to the compote. We used to have several of these compotes. We got rid of all but our green one. And now we've added the aqua opal because we have never owned an aqua opal one before. And this little sauce dish has already gotten quite a bit of attention. The pattern is zippered heart. It's got gorgeous color. I think isn't that imperial?
Yeah.
Did you see this one, Dorothy?
It's too little for Dorothy.
Sorry about that. All right, wait. We got something else here.
Okay, I had another hat pin.
I know you can't see these when you're done. You just love it.
Heart and cross, I think. It was interesting when we wanted to pull some of the hat pins out to go with what we were doing, and we ended up with 3 that are lavender. Just happened that way. But 2 of the grapes were lavender, so that's what. Okay, let's see what happens with this one. La 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 la.
Red Robin.
All right. What did we think of for that? You want me to hold one? This one we think is a bit unusual. I know you can't see the pattern. Flowering dill. Flowering dill with a nice 3-in-1 ruffled edge, and the other is Fenton's fine rib.
Flowering dill and that's pretty rare. I don't.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't.
Yes. Here. Okay, I'm not going to say anything about this song.
Okay. Crucifix. Votive lights.
Votive lights are very few and far between. Where did we buy this one? Do you remember? Oh, yes. It's wonderful to have friends in Carnival glass and any place else, but our Carnival friends are special. We went to an auction where there happened to be 2 of these being sold. And we thought, surely we can get one of them. They sold them together, per price so much each. Well, I bid and bid and bid and bid, and this other gentleman bid and bid and bid and bid. Well, he bid better than I did, because I quit and he got the next bid. And we thought, okay, we didn't get that. And pretty soon somebody tapped me on the shoulder. And I said, yes. He said, do you want one of the votive lights? I said, yes, I do. He said, you can have it for your last bid. Don Doyle from Illinois was a wonderful man and had beautiful Carnival glass. And he's been special because he was willing to lose money and let us have one of the votive lights.
We found another one in Texas.
In San Antonio, across the street from the Alamo. Truly, I'm not kidding.
When we found the second one, well, we had this one. Bob Gallo said, I want this if you ever decide to sell. Well, when we found the second, we called Bob and said, we have it. When his sale came up, it was not in his sale. We assumed that his daughter kept it.
Crucifix. I didn't think I'd ever own a crucifix. And when I bought that, Eunice said, did you buy that? Did you pay that much money for that? I said, yes, I wanted it. Well, we happen to have a daughter-in-law who's a Catholic girl. We love her dearly. And probably she will get this when we're through with it. But Dorothy, one of our sons is single, so I don't know. There's a possibility. Okay, here's another tough one, so listen carefully. Oh, where am I? La, 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 come sweeping down the plain. People wanted me to tell them what this tumbler was sitting up here. I said, I can't do that. You have to wait for the program. Oklahoma, it's really interesting. Do they all turn in at the top? Okay. Mexicala Christianis, I don't know, whatever that company is, down Mexico way.
Yeah. Well, they didn't do that. I mean, somebody here named it, probably whoever found it first.
Probably Mrs. Hartung.
There's an old U.S. glass pattern called Oklahoma.
Is it?
Similar?
But the tumblers in Oklahoma aren't turned in like that, so that's the South American tumbler.
Okay.
Yeah, it is signed.
It's signed to
Yeah.
But
Okay.
there is a pattern in U.S. glass called Oklahoma, and that's the pattern.
Okay. But we've had this for a long time, and you don't see them come up for sale. They're just very few and far between. I'm going to have to go back and find a song because I skipped it. Okay, here we go again. All day, all night, la la la. What? I know, I'm trying to find that other song. Oh well. Marianne, I've got quite a bit to tell you about these three vases. The loving cup with three handles and a flat top. Same pattern. The amethyst one with 8 scallops on the top and 8 scallops on the bottom. The other one, same pattern, same shape, 10 scallops on the top and 10 scallops on the bottom. That's the one you see the most. No, I'm sorry. This is the one you see the most, but strangely enough, when they reproduced it, they reproduced the one with the 10 scallops. I think I have that correct. So it was funny to me that in old marigold, you see the 10 scallop very seldom, but that's the one that they reproduced. Who knows why? But it's really a beautiful, delicate pattern with lots of work on it. And they're fun to have. I've never heard of one. It may be, but I've never heard of one. I can't find Lavender Blue. I want to do that. Okay, talk a minute while I'm looking for something. Oh, we do have a joke. You have to start it and I have to respond.
Oh, yeah. I know. I remember. Go find the song.
Okay. You can do this. Easy.
And a frog on what? Forward. A cat has 9 lives. A frog croaks every night. Roller. He's easy, tell
So tell us how they're different.
What?
Oh, here it is. So tell us how they're different.
I got it. I got the joke too. Okay, this song I found in a children's book. And I didn't know it was a children's song. I thought it would have been a pop song back when I was growing up. So we thought, okay, put it in here. But I had to change the melody a little bit. So I hope I play it correctly. La, 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 dilly, dilly.
Lavender blue.
What are you going to do with lavender blue, folks?
Lavender color.
Where is it? What do you have? The plate. Oh, we've had this for years and years and years. The pattern didn't fill in all the way, so one side of it's flat. Did you hold that in front of the light? Okay.
We have something else.
Hat pin. Is that spiral?
You notice there are a lot of hat pins coming out of this pot?
This is spiral. Spiral and this is darker lavender than most of the lavender you will see. But it's a pretty hat pin. The next song was sung by one of my favorite singers, which doesn't mean a thing to you because you don't know who it is. La 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 la.
Oh, somebody even got to sing it.
I heard Marty Robbins.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready. What are we doing? Oh, yes, that's what we're doing. Are you going to start with? We have 3 pieces of pink to show you, but this one has a special meaning. It's the syrup that, I think it's the syrup that goes with the Heisey individual set. It sometimes is called a creamer, and the tray would hold sugar cubes. I don't care what it was used for before. It's now in my art collection, and that's where it's going to be, but it's pink. We have it in light blue, light green, lavender, and marigold. But there's something wrong with this one. The bottom is missing. We were doing a talk years ago in Wichita at Wichita. I'm sure it was Wichita. Who was the little gal who always did the Wichita? Winnie? Winnie? All right. Winnie was there. Sitting in the front row. And I picked up this creamer and I said, this is a cute little pink creamer. And if anybody ever finds a pink bottom, let me know. Yeah. As soon as I said that, I knew I shouldn't have. And Winnie started to giggle. And if you've ever heard Winnie giggle and laugh, pretty soon I had lost total control of the presentation. But we are still looking for the pink bottom, so if you find it, please let us know. All right, this is some of our stretch glass. We love the little Fenton nut cups. And this has a story. The flared, in 71, we went to an ICGA convention in Louisville, Kentucky. Our first ICGA convention. What? Okay, I thought maybe you were cutting me off and I had to quit. But pretty soon. In a window, in a display, was a pink Fenton nut cup. For 25 years, we looked for a Fenton pink nut cup. Never had we seen one. All of a sudden, Tom Burns advertised an auction, and guess what was in it? A Fenton stretch pink nut cup. I thought, okay, I hope I have enough money in the bank. And we went to the sale, and the sale started, and my hand went up, and it stayed up, and it stayed up, and it stayed up, and the price went higher and higher and higher, and I thought, I finally got it. I paid over $200 for that nut cup. I probably would have. I really wanted it. The other one, I can't really remember where we bought that. It could have been from but I tell you, you didn't have to pay quite as much for it. And it's the other shape. The nut cups come flared, and they come turned up. And so far we have it in white, Vaseline, ice green, ice blue, marigold, and wisteria. However, we don't have the flared one in wisteria. I'm sure it exists, but you still have something to look for all the time. All right. This is when, I'm sorry. This is the white sport coat and pink carnation. Cherry chain, little cherry chain. As I said before, it's so nice to have friends in Carnival glass. This was in an auction, and we couldn't stay long enough for this piece to sell. And I went to our friend Ben Crumpman, and I said, Ben, how long are you staying? He said, I'm going to stay. I said, what do you bid on this little plate? He said, how much do you want to pay? And I told him, bless his heart, he got it for me, and we have it, and it's a beautiful little piece.
And he kept it for what, how many months? Several months.
Yeah, he paid for it, and we got to enjoy it for many months before he ever got his money for it. Now, I lied to you because I said you weren't going to have to sing. But we do want you to join us for our last song. You want to just pass up. Take one if you need the words to this. And while Eunice is doing, I'm not going to play it. While Eunice is doing this, if I can find where it is up here. Right here. Hat pin. Hat pin called 4-leaf clover and jewel. Beautiful hat pin. But it's one of the different things we thought we could use to represent this song. This is our song of friendship and love and caring. And we really would want to do it together when Eunice gets the words passed out. I don't care if you can carry a tune or if you can't carry a tune. You sing from your heart, and that's all we're asking you to do. And maybe I'll be loud enough that you can get a tune. I'm going to start it on the keyboard, and then I'm going to finish just singing a cappella with you. Okay. I'm looking over a 4-leaf clover I overlooked before. One leaf is sunshine, the second is rain. Third is the roses that grow in the lane. No need explaining the one remaining. Somebody adore. I'm looking over a 4-leaf clover that I overlooked before. Any questions about anything?
Strawberry Fields forever now.
Come up and do it. I don't know it.
Water is lots of fun.
Very good.
What?
Lots of fun.
My opinion of a banquet seminar is to involve as many people as you can and have something you really enjoy doing. I enjoy music, and it's wonderful. These programs are not easy to put together. I'm not asking for compliments or anything, but we put a lot of time and energy, and I don't often play this instrument up here. And I've got black tar all over me from something leaking underneath. So I have to be very careful how I'm handling it. We're through, Brian.
All righty. Woohoo!
Woo!